Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Hello and welcome to the joinDOTA League Season 8 group stage between Last Tryhards and Lemondogs, presented to you by New Meta Media. I'm 71, and alongside me is my co-broadcaster DJ Sneak. We're going to give him a break, as I understand he was solo casting last game. And so, how you doing, DJ, after that game?
Good. Actually, my brain feels great.
Yeah, good. So let's jump right in here. Let's take a look. We got a Ban Slardar, we got a Ban Alk, we got a Queen of Pain and a Doom, and then a quick pickup of the Tusk. And Tusk is a fantastic hero. That Snowball is very ridiculous. Can sometimes even stop time. I've seen him use it in the Chrono once or twice, some videos of that, which is kind of ridiculous.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
He's such a good roaming support, and Lemondogs had him last game, and he had a little bit of a rough early game, but he picked up and got some really great Ice Shards, really great snowballs, and I think they rely pretty heavily on this Tusk for support.
So now that's a pretty early Invoker. It seems like Invoker is coming back into his own. I think people are realizing the versatility of him and all the different spells he can cast. Lockdown, Quaswex, Tornado, draining that mana and whatnot. But this is a really early reveal if this goes mid. Do you think they'll try it? Do you think this is kind of like a rope-a-dope?
Well, no, they picked it up in the second phase last game, and he had a rough game. He died a lot, and so I'm surprised that they're picking him up again.
Was he mid or?
Yeah, he was mid versus the Dragon Knight and did not do very well in lane. And so I maybe they've got somebody on their team, like their mid, who was never say no to Panda. He might it might be his best hero, and so they're trying to put their best lineup forward.
I like the AA pickup. That's a good counter to the Dazzle healing. The only and it also kind of stops Last Tryhards from drafting certain heroes. I see they had a Jug last game, so that kind of stops the Jug healing ward, even if they want to pick them up. And it also stops, picking up a Husker, picking up and it stops mechanism items as well, healing items and lifesteal items. So that's kind of a blanket hell no from Lemondogs.
Yeah, and Winter Wyvern's actually made it through the first phase, and we'll see if she makes it through the second phase. I think she's probably one of the best supports that is on the table right now. I'm not sure that Last Tryhards will pick it up because I'm not sure that the Dazzle Winter Wyvern combo is great, but I am a little surprised that she's made it through.
I don't think anyone will pick it up this game because the AA Ice Blast kind of ruins the Wyvern, and also the Cold Feet if you can cast it on someone who's being not cursed but healed.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, Lemondogs already has 2 vaguely supports unless they're going to go off lane Tusk or core Tusk. So
yeah, I think we've seen the supports come out from Lemondogs.
Yeah.
So.
You know what I would like to see is if they did pick it up on Last Tryhards, the combination of Dazzle Shadow Wave and Weave with the Winter's Curse on Winter Wyvern is really interesting. You know, you're cursing someone, all their teammates are attacking them, you get a perfect weave, you can get a shadow heal on them and nuke them all down, and then on top of that, like, there's just all these right clicks coming.
Yeah, but that takes a really, really good Winter's Curse, and I don't think teams at this level clump up quite as much as they could, or quite as much as it would be effective for this lineup.
That's a fair point. So let's take a look at the other bands. Darkseer, Nightstalker, and Shadow Fiend. So it looks like Tryhards don't want to deal with a few mids. They banned the Queen, the Doom less of a mid, but the Shadow Fiend definitely.
Yeah, and I think the Quap and the Shadow Fiend are 5's signature heroes.
Okay.
So these are really respect bans for 5, yeah. I think.
No respect bans, and then Nightstalker's definitely coming into his own lately. He's an excellent support. You get a gem on him, and the vision at night is just absurd. He's just a crazy roaming ward that just gives you all the vision you could ever want.
Yeah, and he can transition pretty effectively into kind of a late core, even if he's support at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, he can get a little tanky. He's got some good strength game, and the gyrocopter comes out, so. Maybe they're looking for that tornado call down combo.
Yeah, I think this is last Tryhards were trying to go for a team fight. They didn't have a really cohesive lineup last game, and so I think that they're going for, and they actually did a respect ban for the Dragon Knight, but the Wind Ranger slips through for 5, and I mean I know how much you like her.
I do really love Wind Ranger. I think she's one of the best heroes in the game, but I feel like I've talked about it enough in all the other games. Well, you know what? Maybe there are people who haven't heard me get on my soapbox, so I'm gonna get on my soapbox. I think every one of her skills is a B+ or B skill, and she has no bad skills and no like drawbacks. I think she's a jack of all trades and a master of none, which makes her very dangerous, very versatile. She can do a lot of things, go to a lot of places, and yeah.
It makes the gyrocopter's life hard. He's pretty squishy early on, and if she comes in for a gank and he doesn't get out, I think that he will die very easily with a focus fire and a little bit of help from the offlaner on Lemondogs.
I think what you want to really look out for too is the Tusk, Snowball, and Cold Feet and Shackle. So Cold Feet is gonna totally easily proc on Shackle. You'll have them standing in still for way too long, and then this Jakiro pickup looks like a attempt at a counter of Lockdown.
Yeah, and that's something the last Tryhards did not have last game. Again, they only had one reliable stun from the Slardar, and the rest of it, like they just couldn't. They couldn't deal with the PL because they couldn't lock him down long enough. This is another problem for last Tryhards. They don't have enough lockdown for Anti-Mage. He's too slippery, just like PL.
Yeah, that's a very difficult hero to lock down. Invoker could EMP Tornado, kind of hold him in place, and then get Jakiro in position to Ice Path, but that's a very hard combo to land.
Yeah, and I think Lemondogs really is last Tryhards is on the back foot here. Lemondogs is drafting very, very well, and last Tryhards is trying to kind of respond to the drafts, and they're having a hard time responding.
I think and this hero might be out of the a la mode in the way, as the French would say, but I think Centaur would be great on Lemondogs right now. He's a nice tanky offlaner. Tusk can kind of roam, and he has that Stampede to let everyone get in position, and he can be tanky for everyone. And the Tusk Snowball Centaur is just nasty.
The Undying has made it through too, so that would be an interesting kind of spin on that off lane. Have the Tusk Undying in the off lane, have AA babysitting the Anti-Mage. I think that's a really strong combo, and I don't think the last Tryhards has any way to deal with it. Well, yeah, I guess Gyro's kind of a soft counter to Undying.
I haven't seen a lot of AA Anti-Mage, but now that I think about it, Chilling Touch is pretty great with Anti-Mage.
Yes.
It really secures his last hits. He has a really good attack animation. So yeah, he's going to be attacking slower, but he's going to be doing a lot more damage and really securing those last hits against the offlaner. And last Tryhards hasn't really revealed their offlaner yet.
They had an Earthshaker who had a pretty rough time against the Jug. Oh no, that was Lemondogs. I can't remember. But yeah, what would be good for last Tryhards here for offlane? You said Centaur.
Radiant team
No,
hit.
Centaur for Lemondogs. Is
Oh,
what-
I see.
mean, Tryhards, I guess Centaur could, but I think Ancient Apparition would take him for a run for his money. I don't know. I feel like they need that lockdown you're talking about, and Witch Doctor comes to mind because of the bounces, but that's a Dazzle Jakiro Witch Doctor, and I don't know about that three-way.
Yeah. Any melee, I think, is going to have a really hard time in the offlane against these heroes. They could go for a Clockwork, who wouldn't be too bad, and he does cancel Anti-Mage's blink animation with his, not Rocket Barrage, but the...
Cogs.
No, the
Reserve
pew
time.
pew thing.
Oh, Battery Assault.
Battery Assault.
Battery Assault. I think. Ooh, Viper. Okay. So the Lemondogs pickup of Spirit Breaker was pretty clever because that would have
I
been a good
agree.
offlane pick too.
Yeah.
But Viper actually might be able to do the job. He might be able to just harass Anti-Mage down, hang out, and just be a pain in the butt.
Yeah, he was a hero that I had no idea, like didn't even think of. So I'm sure that that's going to be an offlane Viper, and Evoker is going to go in the safe lane.
Well, we should always cut ourselves some slack. I mean, there are like 115 heroes.
yeah.
10 seconds
But there's
remaining.
only like 30 that are played actively.
5
maybe
seconds
50.
remaining.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So let's see. What Lemondog still needs an offlaner. You like the Centaur?
Centaur. I love the Centaur.
Yeah, I would have liked the Slardar, but they already banned that out.
They could get a clock too, but that Gyrocopter Jakiro will decimate the clock
Yes.
in the team fights.
Yep. Yeah, that call down with the Clockwork, he couldn't get out of his own cogs. Yeah, I think Centaur's still good here. I don't really know who else.
I think a tanky offlaner, kind of reliable stun maybe, or something interesting. I don't know.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay. Rubik. So, I'm going to guess either aggressive tri-lane or defensive tri-lane.
Yeah, the Rubik has a lot of interesting things to steal. Not does the Ice Path, does it make it instacast for Rubik like Fissure?
The cast point is reduced. I believe the way it works is Rubik has a reduced cast point on any spell he
Oh,
casts.
okay.
So, like, let's say Jakiro's cast point is 0.5 or something, then Rubik's cast point is 0.2 or something like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because Fissure's cast point is so fast that Rubik just, like, it's reduced so much that it's practically instant.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so I think that's an interesting pickup. They reveal very early Tusk, but last game he was a support, and so
10
they threw last Tryhards off, and he's going to be a core in the offlane. Very, very strong
5
core to have in the
seconds
offlane.
remaining.
Okay. Looks like we're gonna be diving right in here. Let's make sure let's see how my settings look. All right. I think I'm gonna start introducing the last Tryhards, and you can introduce those sour dogs.
Just the sourest.
On just the sourest of dogs. On the Gyrocopter, we have Saulai. On the Jakiro, we have Mama K Lub. On the Invoker, we have Never Say No to Panda. And TPing early and getting early lane ward vision, we have Hari on the Dazzle. Let's hand it off over to the Lemondogs.
Yeah, so on Lemondogs, on the position 1, we have a Trilly on the Anti-Mage. On the position 5, probably Rubik, we've got Frijolit. On AA, we've got Steph Style. In the mid with Wind Ranger and a pretty sweet outfit, we have 5. And on the Tusk offlane, we've got
30
Eris
seconds
Loco.
to battle.
Eres Loco.
Yeah,
I like that name.
So 5
that really
has-
rolls off the tongue.
5 has 2 pulled tangos, much like last game, but did pick up a null tally for a little bit of extra harass damage and extra mana.
Yeah, so null tally 2 branches. So he's going to be hitting pretty hard. That's a 58 plus 3, and then Invoker only 46 plus 3, so not as much. And she will be able to spam that power shot a little bit more because she has the null tally, so she has the extra regen on her mana.
Oh man, the gyrocopter has that sweet pirate ship. I know you don't
Not-
like it, but
no.
he's got the lasers attached to it, so it's super awesome.
Does he? All right, fine. Laser pirates, whatever. Fine.
Yeah, so the Invoker, they ran this last game, and he had a hard time against Dragon Knight. I think he's going to have a harder time against the Wind Ranger.
I agree. I think it's going to be a very rough lane. He's gone solely into Quas, so he's probably going to going for that early cold snap, kind of try to get that early first blood stun. We'll see how it goes. Rubik and AA are going to be babysitting the anti-mage. Tusk is pulling creeps out of lane just for a little bit. Can't quite hold him like Clockwork or Earthshaker can, but he still manages to buy himself a little time. But on the side of Last Tryhards, they block so well that they still end up with the creep line here. I mean, that must have been a really impressive block that I was not paying attention to.
Yeah.
And I think, Viper and Jakiro can kind of disrupt this chain stun that's being planned up here by Sourdogs, because the lift into Cold Feet will definitely be a strong, hard stun. But if you have Viper and Jakiro can respond with Ice Path, and Viper can right-click whoever he needs to.
Just walk in and start doing some damage.
Yeah.
Anti-Mage is pretty squish early on, so they have to be a little careful.
And the double pull is being attempted. We'll see if he's able to... Yep, and there is a double pull, so not sure how Last Tryhards want to deal with this.
They got a little bit of that wave, but not a lot.
Yeah. Wind Ranger has taken a little bit of harass. Invoker does have that Cold Snap ready, but he's got the tangos and he's got a salve on the ready. So let's open up some of this last hits and denies. That's going to be important. The top of the charts, Wind Ranger and Anti-Mage handily beating some of the other players from Last Tryhards. So, and we have a blink in, we have a stun. There's the dual breath, but they still managed to take down the Viper.
It's very quick.
They didn't even have Cold Feet, but they had Chilling Touch, which added a buku amount of damage. That's nothing to be scoffed at. That's plus 50 damage for 3 attacks. Got some pings coming out top. They might want to respond to that early death, or they might just... Sourdogs might just want to go in again.
Interesting. They do see this this observer ward here with the sentry that Steph Style just laid down, and they're not getting rid of... Oh, now
they have
creeps just did it.
It could be next level mind games. They didn't want to let them know that they knew that they know that they knew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So Jakiro is going to be pushing out this wave. Oh, and they go.
Oh, there's a blink in. He could wail on him again. 1 or 2 more hits and he's down. I'm telling you, Chilling Touch. Don't mess around with that.
So strong.
Yeah, don't. All right, that's a poison touch onto Frigolette. But they're just going to walk away because it's just too much to deal with. Frigolette. That must be that sounds like one of the Fraggles, you know?
Frigolette.
One of the... Oh, it's
I
Frigolette?
don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking one of the Fraggles from, Fraggle Rock.
Fraggle Rock, yeah. So the Wind Ranger did pick up her... 5 did pick up her bottle. His bottle. Its bottle. And...
her bottle. Its bottle.
Yeah, and Never Say No to Panda is still struggling to get enough gold to get that bottle, assuming he's going that way.
He's got a fair amount of last hits now, but Rubik is waiting in the wings. I feel like Never Say No to Panda's positioning is really good. And good dodge on the power shot. His positioning is really good. He's really paying attention to the other heroes on the map. And he's moving a little forward, so we'll see. No, and he's staying back. Look at that spider sense. It is tingling like you wouldn't believe. And then we have a pull in the top lane. So they're trying to disrupt this, but Mama K-Lub, this could be a courier snipe in the mid lane. No, he decides to go on Never Say No to Panda. He lifts him up, throws him down.
Oh,
but the Tornado EMP is there, and he invokes into Ghost Walk. Well played, Panda. Well played.
That was a next level tornado. It caught both the Wind Ranger and the Rubik. I think if he had not caught the Wind Ranger, he would have been dead.
I don't know if he knew that it would catch Wind Ranger behind him, but that was very well played.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know Tornado started from behind the character's model, so I'll keep that in mind. All right, Wind Ranger's coming up with the support of Rubik. She's got a shackle on Dazzle, but is that enough? Viper's levitated up. They decide to change focus to Viper, bring him down first. Or excuse me, that was Jakiro.
It looked like Viper.
These flying reptiles, they all look alike to me.
It's a good rotation from 5.
Mm-hmm.
She came in real quick. She didn't get a great shackle off, but did manage to get the Dazzle out of that fight, so Dazzle couldn't do anything.
Yeah, he hasn't leveled Shallow Grave.
He doesn't have Shallow Grave yet.
Yeah. He could still use the Shadow Wave, but... And then bottom lane, it's Solai getting as many last hits as he can, and Eres Loco just soaking up XP. He's level 5. Now the lasers are going, but the snowball in response. So this is kind of like a stalemate down here, I feel like. And I think Solai is going to get the better of it.
Yeah, but I mean, they're doing a good job. The Anti-Mage is getting about as much farm, but is doing much better in general.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at net worth, the Anti-Mage and the Wind Ranger are above the Gyro, only just barely above the Gyro, which is surprising.
Let me check this net worth. The graph is even, so
yeah,
that's interesting to know. Yeah.
Wind Ranger's...
Yeah, this defensive tri-lane is definitely working out for them, though.
Yeah.
This is exactly what they wanted to happen.
And so the Tusk is getting quite a bit more than the off lane that they've got down here. They've actually rotated 3 heroes in now.
Yeah, I think they realized that the Dazzle was not accomplishing enough in the bottom lane, and they moved him. And now positioning is happening for a fight. Great Ice Shards on the mark. They pull back the Viper. They snowball in on the Jakiro. There's the Dual Breath. They bring down the Viper. That Chilling Touch, man, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but you got to respect that Chilling Touch.
We get a rotation.
Here comes the call down from Solai. Brijolet is trying to TP out. He does not manage to. There's the EMP Tornado, but really TP's out.
Yeah, I think Lemondogs is going to be happy with that. They baited out a rotation from the Gyro and they only lost the Rubik for getting the Gyro, or for getting the Viper.
Cold snap on the Anti-Mage from the back end. He blinks into a trifecta of trees. Can they see him? They cannot see him, but he is trapped right here.
Yep, they cannot see him.
It's excellent for him. And he's salving up. He's drinking his green tea.
Dire's structures are fortified.
He's not quite 6 yet, so the Gyro's gotten a lot of levels on him, which is good.
They want to take this tower, but Wind Ranger has their focus fire, so this could be a trade for the mid tower.
Dire's top tower.
There goes top Dire side. Wind Ranger wants to take this tower, but there could be rotations coming in.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They all teleported into that top lane, so I'm not sure anybody can actually go to defend that tower without walking.
Oh, he has to back off. He doesn't know who's behind. Dazzle could get an easy deny here, but at least the tower still falls for them. Yeah, this is a deny for Dazzle. And Wind Ranger decides to roam a little bit, it looks. Oh,
just going for
might be caught out. Might be caught out.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
If she had stuck around, she probably could have gotten that kill, or gotten
he's
that.
He's caught in an alleyway, and he just gets nuked down.
They are committing a lot to this top lane. They don't want that Anti-Mage to have much farm. Shirley's still doing pretty well. He's about to get his broadsword. I think it's a very strong decision to commit to harassing this Anti-Mage and going top lane, because he was getting a lot, and I don't think they were getting as much in other lanes. So they've decided, you know what? Screw it. Let's go 8-minute 5-man. Let's just go hard. You know, Invoker with the EMP Tornado. That will probably be enough, but not quite to get the Rubik. He has to right click one more time.
Dire's top tower.
Yeah, last Tryhards is doing a really great job of keeping the pressure on the Anti-Mage and his lane. Like, really good job. If they can prevent him from getting farm, they'll be in pretty good shape, because the Gyro's been doing really well in that bottom lane.
Yeah, and Steph style is only level 4. They know he doesn't have his ultimate, so they have a bit longer to hold that sustain with Hari and his Shadow Wave. He can kind of keep people alive. He can Shallow Grave if needed. Steph style and Never Say No to Panda are right next to each other. Either Panda has patience, or I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, they might not have been able to see each other. So the Steph style suspected that they had vision.
And the Aquila is definitely doing work for last Tryhards. Viper does have his Aquila and boots, so he's giving bonus attack to that Invoker. He manages to lock down the Anti-Mage, and he's going to fall. That's the exact combo I was talking about in the draft that would be hard to pull off.
What
Tornado into Ice Path is fantastic. Great communication.
Yeah, really good coordination, and they're gonna push this top tier 2. I'm not sure Lemondogs has the ability to defend this tower, and it's going to really prevent Anti-Mage's farm.
Dire's top tower
Invoker's
is under
chasing down Frigolette. He's got another tornado to kill him with an urn, and Invoker's gone for an urn. I think this is really interesting. They are like, some teams go for early team fight, and this team is going for earlier than earlier team
Yeah,
fight.
10 minutes.
in my
10
opinion.
minutes in, they've managed to swing everything back in their favor by a lot.
Yep.
Dire's top tower
Yeah, I
is
think
under
this is
attack.
really cool. I like to see this kind of response in it. They're just bloodthirsty. So the only problem with that is that they're. Oh no, I was confused for a second there. I thought they were neglecting the gyrocopter, but he's doing just fine down there.
And five is not having as much of an impact as he did last game. They've been doing a good job of keeping 5 down.
Yeah.
I think Wind Ranger takes a little bit longer to come online and get really team fighty than Dragon Knight does, and so they're suffering because of it. Looks like 5 might be saving up for a Blink Dagger.
Could be
Oh,
Rabbit.
nope.
Nope, he's going
Ags.
straight Ags.
Yeah.
He's going Point Booster. So I think the response that 5 is going to have from
Tower
their
is
team
under attack.
Yeah,
fight.
they're gonna move down on this gyro.
Oh! Good shackle. Focus fire used on Soli. Walrus punch. He is falling down. There's the call down. He just wanted a fireworks show before he died.
Dire's
don't we all?
middle tower is under attack.
They may lose this mid tower for it, but I think that was a really important kill for them to get.
It's very possible. Yes.
And Gyro is out for 30 seconds. It prevents him from getting farther in his farm, and it looks like he's working on a MKB.
Who is?
The
Sorry, Gyro.
It's got an Ogre Club and a.
There goes the snowball on Say No to Panda. Throws out the urn on Aralesco. They're just right-clicking him down. Gonna invoke next to try and change this team fight. There's the AA ult on the mark with 2, hitting the Viper and the Invoker. Surely, he sees red. He wants to go after this Panda. He does not have his ultimate though. There's the Ghost Walk and the Sentry. Oh, he's just barely out of range.
Oh.
And the Viper and the Invoker walk away from that fight. In fact, Viper is feeling gutsy. He goes on 5. He pops his ultimate. 5 cuts the line of sight and TP's out.
In the meantime, this AA has been slowly working on his Midas. He's very close to it. He's only about 500 gold off now.
Oh, so you were mentioning the gyrocopter about MKB. I think you were thinking BKB?
Do you think the Belt of Strength is just a casual Belt of Strength?
I mean, he could be building a Sange. I mean, he's got an Ogre Club.
Oh, Sange. Yes, that's what it is.
He'll be going Sange
there
and
it is.
Yasha. There it is, yeah. So he's going Sange and Yasha. He's going early fight. I guess BKB isn't that... I think BKB is still a good pick. BKB, Sange and Yasha. Sange and Yasha, you want more damage, more right-click, whereas BKB, more defensive. I would be more in favor of defensive, but they're obviously going hard as often as they can, so...
And it's really what they need to do, because if they let this go on for another 30 minutes, Anti-Mage will inevitably come out of the jungle and be huge. Like, he's a little ways off of his BKB.
Big AA ultimate on Macomb Club. And he falls to the focus fire of 5.
Anti-Mage has to be a little
never
careful.
say no to Panda. He's sneaking up. Anti-Mage definitely sees this. I guess this is just a zoning rocket.
They were trying to set up for a multi-stun there. If he had stayed under tower, they would have dove him.
Yeah,
dived.
Divadoven. Steph style. He's got an urn charge on him. And he gets right-click down from Panda. So I think the idea behind that is you throw the missile on Anti-Mage, and if he dives into the trees up here, then you have Invoker come around and EMP Tornado him.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And then you can also have the Gyro call down on him. This
Radiant's bottom tower
this
is under
Quaswex
attack.
Invoker is a big pain in the side of Sour Dogs, man. And he's got does Invoker have double Magi Robe? What's he gonna? Is he building Orchid? Yeah, he's gonna build an Orchid, an Orchid.
This is the Invoker.
Yeah, Invoker has double Robes of the Magi. He's definitely going to build definitely is a strong word, but I think he's certainly going to build an Orchid and just go right-click. He's going to Orchid, Cold Snap, EMP Tornado, just myrtleize anyone he wants.
Yeah, the Jakiro's starting to work on his Force Staff, which will make, or Yules, I'm sorry, which will make a difference.
And so the kill score shows 7 to 8, but I think there's still a big advantage for last Tryhards. I think they're definitely starting to get the momentum on their death ball.
And this is a problem. There's a really big problem for the anti-mage. He doesn't have anywhere safe to farm at this point.
How close is he to his Battle Fury? So he's about... I'm not good at math, so we're going to look at this. I'm not good at math. He's like 1,000 away from his Battle Fury.
Away.
Yeah, 900. Okay, fine. See, not good at math. Okay. He's like 900 away from his Battle Fury.
They have moved him into the bottom lane to get some extra farm.
That would be a good choice for him to move into the enemy's jungle and try to get farm there.
Yeah, which is what they're doing. But Last Tryhards is still just trying to push him away. Ooh, it's gonna be close.
There goes the pirate bomb. I don't think there's enough follow-up for this though.
Gyro's too far away. They are, because their roaming is so many, they're gonna suffer from level. But I'm not sure that that's really a problem. If they can keep doing these towers... Oh, look at this stack that the Wind Ranger's taking.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be her Ags, so that could be a little troublesome for them.
Dire's structures are
Could be a little troublesome for last Tryhards, but we'll see.
Yeah, so...
There's an EMP Tornado on the Anti-Mage, but this might just be a casual tap on the chin. Yeah. He's just letting him know he's here. You have no safe place to farm, fool.
Steph Style bailed on the Midas. He's going for a Force Staff, it looks like, to try and deal with that Invoker.
Yeah, Force Staff or Vit Boots. Yeah, Force Staff would be a good idea.
Yeah.
He could Force Staff his friends out of trouble. He could Force Staff some other people into certain locations.
Last Tryhards is very likely to get this tier 2, and there will be 0. Oh, it's completely off the mark on that Ice Blast. There will be no response from Lemondogs. They need another probably 15 minutes before they can start getting aggressive with the Anti-Mage. They had a really good, really early game, but this mid game's going very poorly.
Well, Wind Ranger might be able to make space for them. She has her Ag. She might be able to right-click down some heroes, but we'll see.
They are looking at defending this tier 2, but as we are very well aware, this is a really scary tier 2 to defend because of the uphill.
Here's the call down. It's just kind of a zoning.
Yeah, they want
to. And Gyrocopter has his S and Y, so his right click is a little bit nasty. He's got that maim chance.
Looks like they may lose the tier 1 to the Anti-Mage for this. Oh, then he's gonna back off.
Yeah. Lemondogs is able to push back the wave, just nuking down those creeps.
And Anti-Mage does get his Battle Fury.
Oof. Tornado just barely off the mark.
I think he was dealing with the creep wave, not necessarily the Anti-Mage. Would have just been lucky. A little bit of smoke coming out from Last Tryhards. They're gonna try to wrap around on this tier 2. They have a lot of vision.
Do you remember how long the last game was?
Standard. It's like 40 minutes long or something.
40 minutes? Okay. I'm just curious if Last Tryhards want to get it over with. Alright, there's a Poison Touch on Frigolite. There's the dueling call downs, much like dueling banjos. The AA ultimate on the mark for Gyro and Jakiro. That's a Viper and a Jakiro down. Anti-Mage TPing in. He wants a piece of these kills. Invoker. He's got a haste rune. Can he set up the Tornado EMP?
That was a really good Ice Blast.
Flirting with each other.
From Lemondogs.
Rubik stole the call down real quick. He did a good job.
It's really good.
Yeah, Anti-Mage has his Battle Fury now, so... Oh! Anti-Mage quick on the blink. Does not get cycloned. Tornadoed. Uh-oh. Aralesco. There's vision here, my friend. Snowball. On the Invoker. Bringing him back as far as he can. Punches the Invoker right in the face. Dazzle has the shallow grave, so if Anti-Mage wants to go on this, he can, but it's very risky.
Ran into waves.
He wastes his blink. Now he's locked down. The lasers are coming, and he is dead. Burn onto Frigolette. EMP Tornado. Tornado off the mark. Steph style. And Rubik Fall.
Last Tryhards did an excellent job of being patient there. They were patient for the Anti-Mage to make that really ballsy move, and they had zero vision. Lemondogs had no vision over here, and he still jumped in.
That was a scary play. I think he was blinking in to use his Mana Void because he knew that he could get the kill if he Mana Voided, but he blinked left and the other, who was it that was running? Dazzle? Dazzle.
Yeah,
Dazzle went right, so it was kind of a 50-50 chance, but biting off a little more than he can chew, unfortunately. And this could be a Roche for Last Tryhards now, actually.
Yeah, it's definitely.
That would be... Yeah, there's a DD down there. I mean,
they have such an advantage on vision and on towers right now that this Roche is probably going to be a high ground push for them. The Anti-Mage still has not gotten much farm.
Did you see that? Saulai threw down his missile right here and then walked away from it, and it Roche aggroed to the missile instead of attacking heroes. It's interesting. Huh. I've never seen that before. I mean, there's a lot of things I haven't seen.
They decided they didn't want to commit to that. The Ice Blast is really scary when you're that clumped up in the Roche pit. The Ice Blast will hit all 5 heroes easily.
Yeah. Yeah, and you the Ice Blast hits you, and then Roshan slams you, and you're just like, God damn it. Oh, Invoker picking up a kill on the Anti-Mage in the top lane.
Yeah, that Orchid's doing work. This is a much better game for the Invoker. Never say no. Never say no to Panda is doing a really good job of dealing with the Anti-Mage.
Yeah, it's Pneumonium.
Pneumonium?
No, never mind. I was making a joke. Okay, just never mind. Yeah, the Orchid is a great pickup to get picks on that Anti-Mage. He's gone full Quas Wax, so his Ghost Walk move speed is like 20%. He's lost his speed, and he has phase boots, so he's moving at like a normal clip for an Invoker. Like, look, and this isn't... Oh, there's the vision they needed, and that is probably a dead, sad Panda. And Rubik picks up the Ghost Walk, so that's interesting. That could be used as a good initiation.
Really good initiation.
Meanwhile, they're taking the Roche, so an Invoker for a Roche, I mean, you could argue both points.
He was just creating space on the map.
Apparently. Space created.
They're having a hard enough time killing Gyro as it is, and he's very, very close to his BKB. This is gonna be a really hard game for Lemondogs to come back from. The Anti-Mage has been effectively shut down. He doesn't have a lot of farm.
So do you think 5 is picking up a Mithril Hammer? Do you think this is Deso, or do you think this is Maelstrom on Wind Ranger?
Deso.
Deso?
Yeah.
Okay. That would be an interesting pickup. He'd be able to right-click folks down like nobody's business.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised he didn't go with a Blink Dagger at some point. I mean, he might have felt like... 5 minutes felt like he just didn't have... He wasn't getting there fast enough.
This is a dangerous play from the Jakiro. He's trying to go on this Anti-Mage. He's got the pickup from Invoker. The EMP, he manages to get the kill. 90% Yules, 10% Invoker and Jakiro.
Yeah, poor Anti-Mage is having a rough game.
Yeah, it seems like they know the formula to take him down.
Yeah, well, and they've just gotten so much farm that he... A little bit of scuffle in the mid lane. Call down comes down. Snowball.
Oh. Snowball and defensive blink, but he gets Yules by the Jakiro. Jakiro sets up the Ice Path. He has the dual breath. Solai is able to laser him down. And the Anti-Mage is down for a little bit. He's kind of underfarmed. He doesn't have his Yashi yet. Oh, he will when he comes back, but they might be able to push uphill from this. They have the Aegis. BKB will be coming in very shortly for Gyrocopter.
It would be very wise of Last Tryhards to get a tier 3 here. They have a very big advantage.
Yeah. Or at least some damage. Yeah. And looks like we have a TP out from the Invoker to support the Jakiro in killing the Wind Ranger. She's TPing out. They have no more lockdown.
It's a really good TP from the Wind Ranger. She's just trying to split push at this point. You might be right about, well, I think either way with this Mithril Hammer.
I think that Deso is a good pick.
She's not going. It doesn't seem like she's going for team fight at this point. It seems like she's going for tower push.
Rubik stealing the rocket barrage, but he still falls. The AA ult comes in, lands on 2. It's a good pickup. Anti-Mage still might fall to the Viper Strike, though. He's TPing out on the high ground, out of vision. So they lose the Rubik and almost lose the Gyrocopter. This AA, he really needs his Ags.
Yeah, and without the Midas, I'm not sure it's going to happen really ever this game.
Yeah, quite difficult, quite difficult.
They want to get aggressive on this without the.
It's a bold move, Cotton.
Yeah. Yeah, and look, Anti-Mage is just going to try to get some farm in the Radiant jungle. They're not. Yeah. He's not even going to defend. He's very far out and still has 30 seconds left on his TP scroll.
Gyrocopter dropping multiple items so he can get that extra HP from the bottle charges he's getting from somebody. Who is it? Who's giving him bottle charges?
Probably the Invoker? No, I don't know.
No one has a bottle. Huh. I wonder what. I don't know.
Maybe from the
must have been getting healed some other way. Now they're right-clicking this tower and they can kind of just have a holding pattern. Anti-Mage isn't there. Here's the AA ult. It lands on 2. Ice defensive ice path, and they take the tower.
And he still has.
Now will they keep going for racks? That's right, he does have Ags, or excuse me, Aegis.
It looks like it's gonna be another 2 minutes before it gets taken back. So they want to.
Invoker throws out the EMP tornado. War staff on the Rubik keeps him alive.
A little bit of a base race going on here.
A little bit. Anti-Mage can definitely keep up with them though. No, he decides to back off.
They don't have any. They've got 1 teleport scroll on. Oh, Gyro could get in trouble here.
He's in a lot of trouble. There's the AA ult. It hits the Dazzle, but Sola is still alive. Shallow Grave doing work. He has the Aegis, so he might be able to come back for round 2. Viper right-clicking down the Anti-Mage. Viper's ult got turned around on him, but it's not enough. Rubik falls. Tusk TPing back to base amongst the trees, and this is going to be a lane of mid-racks.
That looked like it was going to go really well for Lemondogs. They had better positioning, and LTH was split up quite a bit, but the Invoker comes back in and just wrecks everybody.
Yeah, and that's Alacrity on Soli, so look how fast he's attacking. Oh, now he's punched. He uses the BKB, but 5 has Focus Fire, so she's going to focus him down. They still manage to take the tower. Here comes the AA ult, Ice Blast, just off the mark on the Viper. Good positioning by the Viper.
Yeah, last Tryhards were doing a great job of avoiding the Ice Blast.
Certainly. Soli pinging out a DD.
Good defense from Lemondogs on that top tier 3. They have vision on the map, but it's not doing them much good right now. Yeah,
and we're looking at a 14,000 gold lead.
Which could, if Last Tryhards doesn't keep up their advantage, that could turn very quickly with the Anti-Mage just hopping around the map and getting tons of farm.
Yeah, it could.
Gyrocopter's going for a butterfly, and I think once he gets that, he will be nigh on unkillable for Lemondogs. I don't think anybody on the team is in a position to get an MKB.
Yeah, I think Anti-Mage needs to start thinking about split push.
Yeah,
possibly a Heart and Boots of Travel.
It's probably going
and
for
just
Manta with that.
Yeah,
with
Manta, Heart, Boots of Travel.
Man, this game is so much different for this Invoker. He is having a much better game than last time. He could not get out. He could not keep himself from dying in the last game, and never saved.
Was he running Swex last time?
I don't know.
Did you see a lot of EMP tornadoes?
No, a lot of meatballs. So
okay, then
probably, and there were a few Sunstrikes, but he couldn't keep himself from dying, which was a real struggle.
Oh, never say no to Panda. Wants a piece of this Anti-Mage. He silenced him down. Here comes the EMP, and that's just enough to right-click him down. And I think the name of this game is Anti-Mage can't catch a break.
Yeah,
he's having a hard time, man.
Looks like we're gonna see a Lotus Orb from the Lotus Orb from Octarine Core. I'm sorry, from the Invoker. So he's
really
he's gonna be able to do his abilities all the time.
Yep, and if he gets an Ags, it's even worse. Yeah. All right, Soli on the front lines, right-clicking. Dawn's YY is right there with him on the Viper. They want these racks. There's an EMP on 5, but he's got his BKB up. Tusk punches Gyro in the air. Here comes the call down. It might secure the kill. It does. The ice path to hold Steph style in place. The ice on ice action is cold.
Last ditch defense from Lemondogs, and I think I would be surprised if we didn't see a GG call here.
Yeah, it's 2 lanes. It's tough. They have a lot of sustain in their base right now, so
There are very few buybacks on the Dire, so if they lose another couple of heroes, it's definitely going to be game.
yeah. And it looks like the alacrity on Gyro is going to allow him to really right-click these towers down. Here comes the Tornado. Just misses Chrysally. Saulai takes the rack. There's the EMP and the Ice Path. Dual Breath onto the Anti-Mage. He will probably fall from the Cold Snap stuns. Saulai is being levitated in the air with the combo of the AA ultimate. It lands on 3. Excellent positioning from the AA ult. There's the macro fire on Sapsile. He force saps himself out, but that's Megas, and we don't know if they can handle it anymore. It looks like the call is coming out from Sapsile. I think I got a tongue cramp there.
Yeah, that late game, or that mid game from last Tryhards was exactly what they needed. The Anti-Mage had a pretty good early game, and they recognized it and started taking away all of his farming potential.
Yeah, and it just goes to show you that our analysis during the draft, when we were like, hey, how do you deal with this Anti-Mage? He's just going to blink away. And, it's Invoker, Jakiro comboing each other, getting good communication, and picking up an Orchid, silencing him down so he can't run away is absurdly strong.
Yeah, last Tryhards looked great in this game, and they did a really good job of dealing with all of the kind of scary combinations that could have come out.
So this is an even trade. This is last Tryhards 1,
Yep.
Lemondogs 1 of Join Dota League Season 8. Will you play us out, DJ?
Yeah,
Sneak?
you've been listening to New Meta Media. You can get in touch with us on Twitter at NMMDota or me at DJ Sneak Dota, and I'm joined by 71. If you liked what you saw, follow us on Twitch as well at twitch.tv/New Meta Media. Thanks, folks.
Thank you. Good fight. Good night.